This week in GTA Online was one of the better weeks that we've had in a long time. One of those reasons is because the special cargo warehouses were 2x money and RP this week. So I want to start off this video and tell you guys to make sure to sell your special cargo this week because it is going to go down in value after this week. So make sure to sell whatever you have in there now. Just sell it and get it out of your warehouse. You're going to make more money than you usually would for it. With that being said, guys, there are also some discounts that you guys should be taking advantage of this week. So I'm going to walk you guys through the discounts that you guys should take advantage of, as this is going to be your last opportunity to do so. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting off with the CEO offices, they are currently 30% off, as well as all the upgrades and modifications for them. So if you guys are looking to get a CEO office, this is definitely the week to do it. You can get one this week for as cheap as $700,000, which is a steal for a CEO office. Being able to register as a CEO is one of the greatest luxuries in GTA Online, so make sure you're getting a CEO office if you can. There aren't really many upgrades and modifications that I would suggest getting for the CEO office. The only one that I would suggest and maybe getting is the accommodation. It's going to be expensive up front, but being able to spawn at your CEO office is a great luxury. So if you guys can do that, definitely get the accommodation. I would also like to mention that all large special cargo warehouses are also currently 30% off. So if you guys are looking to upgrade your special cargo warehouses, do it before the end of this week, as you're going to be able to upgrade to large warehouses for pretty cheap. Moving into your vehicle discounts, we're going to start at the LS Car Meet. Keep in mind that all of these vehicles are removed from the game. Starting off with your Coil Voltic, it's going to cost you $150,000. It is a removed vehicle. It's alright. I would pick it up if you want, but not suggest picking it up if you don't want it. This was a car that you could pick up off the street back in the day, so yeah. Moving into our second vehicle, we have the Overflood Entity XF. You're going to be able to purchase this for around $795,000, so it honestly is a pretty good deal for this vehicle. I would definitely suggest picking this one up if you have the capabilities. It's not the fastest, but it's pretty good looking. Moving into your last and final car at the LS Car Meet, we have the NS Paragon R. Much like the Entity XF, this is definitely a vehicle that I would suggest picking up. It has some really cool customization options, and it'll only cost you around $905,000. Moving on to your dealerships, we're going to start at Simeon's. We have the NS Stafford, which is currently up for $786,000. It is currently 40% off this week, so if you want it, pick it up at the dealership. It's not necessarily something I would suggest picking up unless you want to build out a nice classic garage. It's a nice vehicle. If you want it for a garage, pick it up. Next up, moving on to your next vehicle, it's a Declassic Tulip. Again, not necessarily your fastest or most best performing car, but if you want it for a garage, it's currently going up for $718,000. I have this in one of my garages. It's the only reason pretty much that I bought it was to build out this garage. So yeah, if you want it, pick it up. It's currently $718,000. You can't go wrong. Moving on to your next vehicle, it's the Bugatti Infernus. And this is a vehicle that is dear to my heart because every time I would see one of these on the street in GTA story mode, I would always go after it. But yeah, it's going to be $440,000. If you guys want it, pick it up. It's not the best performing car, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Moving on to your next vehicle, we have the Bocce JB700, currently going for $350,000. Now this is a removed vehicle, however there is a weaponized version of this on the Military Cash and Carry website. So if you're going to buy this, I would go for the weaponized version, but honestly I would not suggest going for it. And then moving on to your last vehicle in Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsports dealership, we have the Dubachi Exemplar. For $205,000, you really can't go wrong. Pick it up if you want, but honestly it's something you could give or take. I personally don't own one and I don't plan on getting one, but yeah, if you want to pick it up. Moving on to your luxury autos showroom, we have the Declasse Vigero ZX Convertible and the Gallivanter Baller STD. For the Vigero, this is based off of something that looks like a Camaro. I think it's a pretty cool vehicle. I personally own one. If you want it, it's going to cost you $2.295 million. Keep that in mind. And then moving on to the Baller STD, this is currently 40% off and will only cost you $890,000. It's one of the better SUVs in the game, so I would definitely pick it up if you have the funds. But other than that, it's not really going to give you anything in terms of performance. Starting off with your vehicle discounts this week, we have the Ocelot Pariah, which is currently going for $900,000, down from its original price of $1.5 million. If you guys are looking for a super cool, fast vehicle, this is it. I would definitely suggest picking up a Pariah if you can this week. It's currently one of the fastest vehicles, at least on last gen. However, if you bring it over to new gen, it's probably not going to compete with most of the other faster vehicles, but it's still super fast. It's a really cool car. Pick one up. Moving on to your next vehicle, we have the Benefactor SM722. Honestly, this is a really ugly vehicle, at least in my opinion. It's going for $1.5378 million, so if you want to pick it up, go ahead. However, for me, it's just one of the ugliest vehicles you could get. I'm definitely not going to be getting one this week, but if you need it for a garage or something, pick it up. I don't care, but yeah, do what you will with this one. Moving on to the next vehicle, we have the Gallivanter Baller ST. You guys saw a variation of this in the luxury auto showroom. But this one's probably going to be less in performance standards. It's not going to be as high. The STD is definitely the better option. However, it's going for $890,000, so pick one up if you guys can. Oh, and if you guys have the trade price, it'll only go for about $400,000, so just even more reason to get one. It's cheap, really good performing for an SUV, so pick it up. Moving on to Southern San Andreas, the first discount is going to be your Pizza Boy. If you guys have the trade price, it's going to go for $102,000. It's super cheap, and if you plan on delivering pizzas at any point in the future, definitely pick it up. But if not, it's not necessary. You're not going to be using it. Your next discount is going to be the Albany Cavalcade XL. This is honestly one of the worser performing SUVs in the game. You're not going to get good performance standards out of it, and probably just not much enjoyment out of it in general. I do own one, but it's only basically for garage. Other than that, I would not suggest getting it. And then moving on to your last and final discount for Southern San Andreas, it's your Karin Armored Kuruma. This is 100% worth the price right now. It's only going for $315,000. Definitely pick it up, guys. This is going to be one of your best vehicles for fending off NPCs, especially early game. If you're a new player, this is going to be the vehicle for you. And of course, even if you're an experienced player, definitely pick it up. It's going to help in different missions. I still use mine to this day. And then moving on to your last discount, you're going to find this one in the Cash and Carry website. It's the Benefactor Turreted Limo. Unless you guys are just looking to drive around with the boys and wreak havoc on San Andreas, this is the vehicle for you. However, if you're not, it's definitely not worth getting. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just not good. For $990,000, it's still pretty pricey for what you get. It's only a Pegasus vehicle, so you can have to call it in. It's just not worth it. I wouldn't suggest getting it unless you have a reason to. So if you guys want any of these items, you have about 24 hours until the discounts are gone. So pick up what you want, take my advice or don't take it. It's up to you. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.